So this is a new channel that I'm starting with my son. I want to get him involved. That way people could see, um, father and son shooting firearms together, talking about guns, firearms. We're mostly going to pretty much try to be a budget firearm channel, but we'll move and try around different firearms from here. Um, today we're going to be talking about the Live Free Armory Falcon 9X. We got some budget equipment on there. Optics, Olight, Osai optic, Olight Balder. I think the Balder Pro. I think it's just a regular Balder. I don't know. When we were shooting it, kind of the material kind of burnt off a little. So as far as talking about this gun, it wasn't too bad. Excuse me. We put maybe about 250 rounds through it today. Running, doing reloads, just seeing how it fires, just putting rounds through it. So this was the first time shooting it. I had a couple malfunctions. I'll show video of that, showing what happened was a failure to eject, or it was it didn't eject the casing all the way. My son had a few issues with it as well. I think he had a failure to feed. I don't know if I got video of that one. He had a failure to feed, failure to eject, failure to go in the battery. Just a few issues. Like I said, we put 250 rounds through it today. We had maybe about 6 malfunctions. Nice. But as far as just testing it out, the grip feels nice. I do like the grip on it. I like aggressive grips, so the grip felt nice on it. I like the front serrations on it. Front serrations, cocking it back. The rear serrations, it already came optic ready, right out the box. So that's a plus. You're paying an arm and a leg for Glock. Talking about price point, I think, let's see. I haven't pulled up the website. I think it goes for almost 380, almost 380 bucks. I actually picked this one up for about 300, only because of where I worked. I work at a sporting goods place, and I got it on sale. So I got it about almost a little over 300 bucks. I think I paid 315 total for it. So as far as paying 315 bucks as opposed to a Glock, Glock 19X, which I've shot the Glock 19X. I had a Glock 17. I lost that in a mysterious boating accident. So I don't have my Glock 17 no more. So I decided I wanted to get a somewhat budget Glock, and just kind of build it up from there. What are your thoughts about shooting it? How do you feel about shooting it?
I think the gun, it's a clone. So, it's cheap, but it's got its quirks. And I think the biggest problem for me was, the failure to feed. Happened to me multiple times where I was in the middle of shooting that thing and didn't trigger. I pulled the trigger and it wouldn't shoot.
I think there was one time, I don't know what happened. I'm not sure if I got video of it, but I do remember you shooting it, or I don't know if it just didn't go into battery or what, but you were pulling the trigger and it wasn't going off. And then I don't know if you eventually it reset and then you were able to pull the trigger and then the gun finally went off. But it was an accidental discharge for sure. I guess negligent discharge. It wasn't negligent. It was, I guess. But he was, it was pointing in a safe direction. Like I said, I don't know if I have video of it, but I do remember that. Yeah. Because you were showing me that. Like I said, I think the last one you had was a failure to go in the battery. Because I remember you were pulling the trigger and it wasn't going. So as far as it does have its quirks. It does have its I want to say not downfalls. It hasn't. We haven't put 5,000 or 500 rounds to break it in, but and I'll post a picture of it too. So at the sporting goods place that I work for, we had 2 of the 9XCs and then the 9X. I got the 9X. We still have one 9XC, but one of the other 9XCs got sold. Well, on the other 9XC, this part right here, I don't know if you could see it on camera. Let's see if I could get it. This part right here on this recoil spring had broken off on somebody else's 9XC, the little bit more expensive one. I think it's $500. And then his front sight on his, I don't know what happened, but the screw came loose on his front sight. So he was shooting it, the front sight came off. So we didn't have that issue, thank God. I mean, there's always going to be quality control with everything. You know, everything you get is always going to, we haven't cleaned it. We just barely got back from the range, so it's dirty as shit. But there's going to be quality control for everything. Even so, like, even as far as like this Olight, I've seen people do reviews of the Olight. You know, you can go watch torture tests on them all day long. They're not going to last. These Olights, they'll break as a torture test. You know, people banging them up and stuff like that. People were saying they weren't holding zero, bashing them up. We'll go into a little bit more depth on this on another video maybe, but as far as having this one on this platform, this 9X platform, it stayed zero and it's still zeroed. We shot it a few times. What are you laughing at? Oh. We shot it, you know, we shot it and it stayed zero on here. I don't like the PMags. I don't know if that was maybe an issue with failure to feed. I have a PMag right here. We have an empty one right here. But these PMags, I don't know, well, they're proving me wrong now. Right there, see? It gets jammed up right there. I'm pushing as hard as there, see? So these PMags, I'm not a big fan of. If you're gonna get this, go with the standard Glock mag. I think it's just the plastic that's on here that's getting it bound up. Go with the regular Glock mag. That metal on metal makes it slide a lot easier. Yeah, it makes it slide a lot easier. I did run 2 different types of hollow points. Not only, I ran 4, and I'll post pictures of them. I forgot the first one's brand. It was, and like I said, I'll post a picture of it. I'll even, I'll look it up and I'll, you know, because I didn't look it up right now. I should have. But the first one I shot, they ran good. It was only 4 rounds though. 4 rounds, ran smooth, didn't have any jams or anything like that. Second one was Hornady Critical Defense Steel, which I'm not a big fan of Hornady Critical Defense. That's just my personal preference. I prefer rounded hollow points. And then I did use the Federal, the defense and training ammunition. Those ones ran clean, pretty smooth too. I didn't have an issue with those. Anything else you want to say about it?
You know, like, if you want a gun that's gonna like be optimized right out of the box, you know, you get it, you just shoot it, you'd probably want to buy a Glock. But I think the real beauty in this gun is, like, you know, you're saving money buying a clone, and then you're getting that experience and like that pride from buying the parts for this gun, building it to the way you want to build it.
So yeah, eventually, well, this is why I bought the gun. I even was talking to my son about it before I got it. $300, and it takes all Glock. From what I looked up, takes all Glock from Gen 1 to, I believe, Gen 4, Gen 5 parts. So I bought this as a budget gun, $300, just so I could build up my own Glock, or not Glock, so I could build up my own, firearm with, the barrel that I want, the trigger that I want. I do like that it does come with a flat trigger. I'm not a big fan of curved triggers. I have my actual carry has a curved trigger. It's a Walther PPK. We'll do another video on that later. Stay tuned. But I do like this flat trigger on it. So I like being able to go, and then I get a crisp trigger press, only because of how flat the trigger is. So this is the reset. You can hear it click and then press it again. You can feel it too when you're going. See? I don't have a fucking pressure machine. Yeah, I don't have a fucking pressure machine, so I can't tell you, but other people I've looked up said it's got about less than 5 pounds of pressure. But that reset is pretty nice. You see, you feel it, and it's not like a far. Even straight off the back, it has just a little bit of play before you get to that wall. Just a little bit of play. Ow. See, that's the wall, and then so this is my first gun review, so I don't know. We're not. We've shot. He's been shooting since he was 5 years old, so he's pretty knowledgeable about firearms and stuff. We just never done this on YouTube or nothing. This is our first one. We'll get a little bit better as we go forward and everything. The way it handles. How do you like the way it handles?
It's been a real long time since I shot a Glock. So for me, like, I felt the gun be really jumpy. Don't know if like that's the ergonomics of it or, just personal experience. It's pretty accurate,
It is, honestly. And like I said, with this Olight sight, or this O sight on there, like I said, it stayed 0. And I'll show you, we were shooting a baseball at, I'd say, about 10 maybe 15 feet away. So it wasn't far away. And other than this light being so flared, like so, brightened out because the sun was in front of us, keeping that dot on that ball, this gun was shooting pretty steady, pretty solid. I haven't shot a Glock in a while either. I'll say that much. I haven't shot a Glock in a while. Well, a full-size Glock, I'd say. We were shooting a Glock 43X. We had that for a little bit. But as far as like a full-size Glock, and I don't think I've had a full-size pistol in a while either.
Unless you count the 45.
Yeah, see, and that's a revolver. We'll do a review on that later too. But as far as a full-size semi-automatic, I haven't had one in a while. So me and him, the last one we shot was the Beretta 92 FS. That one compared to this one, that's night and day. But you're talking about a Beretta 92. This one, I did like the feel of it. I liked it in my hands. This nice, where the beaver tail is, you get a nice grip from it. Pop, this back strap popping out. So you get a nice grip. You can get in there nice and tight. Beaver tail does extend a lot further than what a Glock does. So this won't roll on you. It'll flip on you, but it won't roll on you. I do like the finger indentation right here, and I do love this indentation right here. So when I go and put my finger underneath, or when I put my hand underneath to get my, my shooting stance, everything just fits nice and perfect and tight. So I will say, ergonomics of this grip is just, I prefer this. I do prefer this. We shot with the laser a little bit too. Laser, we'll talk about that later. With the 19 barrel, the next video I'm gonna do on this, probably another review. Get a little bit more, probably about another 300 rounds in it. But I want to get a threaded barrel for a suppressor. So that'll be next. But other than that, it feels good. Slide. I mean, I do got to wear it in a little. Trigger's nice. I do like the aluminum trigger. Trigger's nice. Like I said, other than us having a few jams, a few malfunctions, it's not a bad gun for $300, really. You do want something, if you're gonna put your life. This stays at home. This isn't my carry pistol. This isn't my everyday personal defense weapon. I got another gun for that. But as far as like what I wanted this for, I would say it's pretty decent for what I wanted it for. $300 for a Glock frame, Glock slide, and all I want to do is just change out the internals. Honestly, just the trigger, the barrel, maybe put an extended mag well, or the flared mag well. Sorry, I'm a little sick. It does have a little bit of a flared mag well though. I will give it that. That is a nice touch. So when you're putting, your rounds in there, it kind of just fits its way in there, works its way in there. But How? Final thoughts on it?
You know, just a nice pistol that you can just take to the range, have fun with, play with it, like experiment in the ways that you like it and how you want your setup to be. Just like you said, you know, it's not a gun that you're gonna trust with your life.
Yeah, I mean, you should, you know, you should trust, you should trust firearms with your life, but there is quality control. There is such thing as quality control. You know, you can't, everything always works good until it doesn't. As far as clearing the malfunctions though, you know, I have like I said, I'll post a video of it, or there'll be snippets of it, but I did show the camera, when it did, you know, it didn't feed, or it didn't eject properly. Um, it was almost a stovepipe, but it just didn't come out all the way. Uh, it if I would have just ran through it, which I should have, I didn't think about it till after. Um, it does clear, you know, it would clear easily, you know. So as long as you can work through your malfunctions, which training, of course, working through your malfunctions. But out of, like I said, the 250 rounds we put through it, we only had maybe about 6 malfunctions through it. It's not up Glock standards, but it's not a Glock either. Half the price of a Glock, you know. This is the Glock 19 slide and barrel with the Glock 17 frame, so you get that full grip, which I got some good fucking hands on me. It's good size hands. I almost said something. Yeah, but I can get a good nice grip of it. So yeah, as far as my final thoughts, I'd have to agree with you. You know, just taking it to the range, making it your own. I would say it's a nice budget gun to start off with. It's a decent budget gun, which that's what, you know, we're gonna be talking about a lot in this channel, is budget guns. I'm not rich. I got 4 subscribers on YouTube right now as of this video. I got to be able to pay for everything on my own. I will give honest reviews. Like I said, the Olight, I'll give my honest reviews of that. My Balder, honest reviews. This is a honest review, you know, of this, because everything's bought with my money. And even if I did have sponsors, somebody want me to review it, it's kind of hard for me to go into videos and not have the idea, which even this video, you know what I mean, not have the idea of, hey, that person is bought out or can be bought out. Is that a good, honest review? And honestly, I shit on my own mama. I'll shit on this gun if I need to, you know. It's how it is with me. I'll be real. I sell firearms at a sporting goods place. I tell people, I'm not here to sell you a firearm. I'm here to help you make a purchase. If this is something you're looking for, looking into, I want to give you a good, honest review of what I think about it and how I feel about it. If you want to leave comments, ask questions, I will get back to you. You know, if you want to ask my son comments or questions, you know, he'll get back to you. You know, we'll get back to you, and keep it real, because we can't be bought out. But yeah, as far as this video goes, those are our thoughts. Like I said, I don't know if you have any more to add since I've been rambling. So now that you've heard our take on it, like I said, ask us some questions. But you know, thanks for watching Like Father, Like Son Firearms. I think that's what we're called. So, sayonara.